foolish, faceless man. My campaign is a farce, a small part of a much grander scheme.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Legion of Booze, episode 4. If you haven't seen episode 3 and episode 2, of course I have usually a white guy here next to me, but today we're switching it up. He's a little late, but he's on the way. But for now, we got my guest, icon, and pop, R&B, hip-hop. He doing it all. He really doing it all. But he's a star and a legend in the making. Bay Area legend, my brother from another mother, Jeesay Chia, aka Jeesay.
What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? Appreciate y'all for having me. Yeah, man. I'm just getting through the year. What is it? The last day of February?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
or I think it's March now.
Is it?
I might be wrong.
Either way, it's been a short month, the shortest month. So yeah. Blessed to be here, man. Blessed to be here.
We got ourselves a different kind of drink today. We're not doing beers. We're doing a little bourbon. Bullet bourbon. If you've heard of it, let me pull it up. All right, so we got ourselves here Bullet bourbon, 45%er. It's very high proof. I think it's like 85 or so it's a high proofage. High proofage. That's all I know. But I'm a licensed, mixologist, nothing crazy. Mm-hmm. So, I just wanted to mix something up for us. This is I honestly forgot. I think it's a sidecar. Let's call it that. So it's a sidecar instead of, because usually sidecars are with, I believe, cognac. So this is a whiskey sidecar.
Okay.
And it's got peach juice, also peach schnapps, and a little Angostura orange bitters. But yeah, it's a pretty simple drink. Anyone can make this at home. I swear to God, it's like the cheapest drink you can get. Get yourself some E&J. You don't even need the fucking Bullet bourbon. Get yourself some E&J, $11. Some peach juice, and some simple syrup. You're good to go, honestly. I wanted to get into some of the main questions I want to ask you today. Starting with, just what have you in store? Actually, no, I want to bring it to, what has 2024 taught you, and just what you're doing in your career right now. Like, what has 2024 taught you to prepare you for, 2025 or just in the future? And just tell us what you've been doing this year.
It's crazy because 2024 was like 2 years for me. So the first half of the year was kind of like one phase, and then I feel like around June, July-ish, just a whole bunch of life shit was happening at once. So
yeah.
I kind of had to, I feel like I had to hunker down a bit and get closer to finding like who I am as not only as an artist and just like creating things, but as a person. And those two things work in tandem. You can't really like make art without diving into who you are as a person,
Of course.
and vice versa. So yeah, I think patience is one of the main things for me. Just like being able to kind of isolate myself in a healthy way. There's ways that people isolate themselves, and it's kind of like self-sabotage. I think I did it in the most healthy way.
Would you say that had to do anything with your Cry All I Want album? Or is that am I saying that correctly?
Cry All I Want, well, it's funny that you said Cry All I Want was 2020. That song.
Oh shit, I'm way back.
No, but the thing is that like a lot of
it does have that kind of era. You know what album I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's the same vibe.
That was probably my favorite album of the year. If you want to talk about that real quick, because I swear to God, like I cannot get over that album. I'm still listening to it to this day. Elden Lord, Elden Lord, nigga.
That's what like that second half of the year was about. Like
hot.
After a whole bunch of shit started happening, it was it took me a month to make that album, but it was just like
a month.
Yeah. Right after that, I was just like, okay, it was coming home, making a beat, recording during my breaks during lunch, or just like bringing
doing whatever you can.
Yeah, doing whatever I could to make it happen. So that whole process was kind of crazy because I feel like that might have been the fastest I made a project. But everything was flowing together, so it worked really well. But the themes, you're right. The Cry All I Want vibe is very much within the DNA of this.
Ooh, okay. All right, so we just got Kev here.
Almost didn't make it,
but we got here, got in time. But my bad for interrupting. So we were talking about Trust Your Gut. Yep. That's what it is. Trust Your Gut. 2024. Let's talk about it, and just like how did that affect maybe what you're doing with your music today, and just like man, how was that? Because you said you did it within a month.
Mm-hmm.
So what was that process? Or not the process, but what was the realization afterwards? Like, did you feel bad? Oh man, this is it. Everything just flowed perfect.
It was I think it was just like a good flow state that I was in. There wasn't really any doubts at any point in terms of just like the sound that I was creating. I think all the little voices that tell you like it's not good kind of comes after the fact, but if you kind of like keep pacing yourself, then you're at a good position to like just keep on creating stuff. So that's what I was doing. I was just like day after day making stuff. I think if I had stopped at any point, or if I like took a break, if it took 2 months, I think the flow wouldn't have been as like
Okay, moving. So I've been having trouble with that recently. Just trying to keep that daily motivation. So I guess what's some advice for people who want to get some stuff started, and maybe they don't have everything together, but it's just about producing and having that. How do you keep that motivation up is really what I'm asking, because for me having troubles with my audio and my video and all this stuff, it can be draining, and just like, I'll get to this tomorrow, I'll get to this next week.
I think those hiccups are gonna come regardless. Just stay consistent. How you feel about it is gonna fluctuate. You're gonna have like great production days where everything is just working. You plug things in the first time, everything's working, and then days where you do the exact same thing that you did the day prior, but then it's like,
why doesn't work out?
Yeah, why is this happening? Why is this wire not doing that? So it's about just showing up. Just show up every time, because I mean, there's no avoiding that. There's gonna be technical difficulties. There's gonna be things outside of what you're doing that are gonna like kind of take you off of balance, but. Yeah, just show up. Just show up every time, dude. It's not gonna be perfect. If you expect it to be perfect, it's you're in for a big disappointment. But you're gonna be able to look back on that stuff and be like, okay, I pushed through at least, And through those moments where things aren't really working out, you learn lessons, So you'll be able to show up next time and be like, okay, I know what not to do in this situation. I know what to do in this situation. So yeah, that's what it's about for me.
For real, learning. I mean, it's really learning that failure is never truly a bad thing. At least when I'm doing this stuff, failure allows me the opportunity to see different tactics that I probably wouldn't have even considered. And it allows me to tackle different environments where, like, okay, I'm not used to this, but we gonna work our way around it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best kind of lesson there is for you, is failure. Which, it's not always great. It's not gonna feel great.
No, it's not.
It's it's not the feeling that matters. It's the end result.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it took me a while to see that kind of stuff. Just like go with it, even if you're gonna fail. At least you could see what you kind of produced and kind of work on it. My problem for a long time was just like I was being too much of a perfectionist. I'm like, oh no, like it needs to sound like, or like if it's music, like it needs to sound like this, or
yeah.
If I was just doing like my comedy or something, I'm like, if the joke didn't sound good, I mean, not the best to me, but it could still, make somebody laugh, and like maybe just roll with it, see how
Right.
it goes, so at least try it. But there's like a lot of good ideas that I've scrapped just because I'm like,
Doesn't feel right. Doesn't feel
but then
good
like
enough.
you never know, especially in this day and age where
You never know what people are into.
people get, you
Yeah.
don't know what people are into. A lot of things just blow up because there's some section of people that actually like the stuff. So, yeah, it's just I think you just gotta just persevere, kind of push through, and just say fuck it, try it. Like just
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
better to just do that than just leave it in the dust.
Yeah.
I can't imagine how many times I felt like I've been in that situation where, you're so ready for this thing to work out, so ready for this thing to be successful, and it doesn't. And it's devastating. But shit, I'm gonna pull through at the end of the day. I'm gonna be alright, So it's kind of like you gotta figure out just how to feel okay about it.
Yeah.
Feel okay about the failure. Feel like this is at the end, it's for the long run better for me.
Yeah, I feel like you gotta just. A lot of people, especially myself, just not be so hard on yourself about this stuff.
Yeah, I
'Cause,
be
like,
too hard on myself, man.
especially like even with the podcast, it's like this stuff's supposed to be fun. Like it's the whole reason, more than half the reason that we're doing this stuff. For like I'd say
Right,
probably
yeah.
for you making music, it's mostly that it's fun to do. You wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't fun.
Maybe. Yeah.
It's like it would be kind of weird to go straight into something like music just solely thinking of the business side of things.
Yeah,
'Cause
at
that's-
times, I mean, this does feel like work in certain ways, because you're doing what you love and you gotta, you want to make money out of it. You got to do it right. But could I, I was gonna ask, yeah, have you had any recent projects that you've done? Have you had any hiccups or any challenges that you were able to overcome in those activities, or working on those projects?
Yeah, I think most like you guys were just saying, like most of the little road bumps are kind of all in your head. If it's not technical stuff, like not being able to, for some reason this thing isn't working and it's always working.
Yeah.
It's typically just in my head overthinking a lot of stuff in terms of lyrics, beats. Are people gonna like this? Are they gonna like that? And just like you were saying, there's always a pocket of people that are gonna enjoy what you're doing. So you kind of just gotta be like, do I like what I'm making? And that's one of the main themes of the album, Trust Your Gut. It's literally just coming down to like, okay,
That's what I was feeling.
my
from
intuition.
that. Yeah. I'm like, I could tell this is Jeesay 100%. This is, I can't imagine you not wanting to make this music right here, because that was that's what all the years I've noticed from your music just been culminating into. And then even with your latest EP, even then you had some variety with your latest EP. I was checking it out and I could see yeah, he's on another level right now. Like he's definitely went from here to here. Like he's stepping up, and I just love to see the journey, man. Like you've been on such a rampage out in these streets and out in Bay Area. I love to see it, and it's just inspires us to be able to do the shit that we do here. For real.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Likewise, man. I mean, I've noticed that I've been kind of I think, was it 2023? I went out of my way to meet more people that are creating stuff, but I think 2024 and now it's almost like I'm running into people that are already doing creative stuff and I don't know, God's plan or whatever you want to call it, but it's
you're in
just
the
running into
industry.
these people.
You're in it now.
Yeah.
That's that's something that is probably what's changed is, and I'm trying to get to that point where, it's not about introducing myself to people who aren't even in the game. or like trying to get in the game and think about getting in the game. Eventually, I want to get to the point where, you know, we're both, you know, artists, musicians, fashion designer, whatever, photographer, and we both get together. We got our followings, we collab, and then, you know, those followings boost into whatever.
Yeah.
But, you know, our collaboration is already just two established people doing, you know, doing something greater.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and hopefully that'll you know, we'll be able to get to that point. But of course, at the end of the day, we still want to be able to work with, you know, those amateurs and beginner level people who, you know, they still want to get into the game, they just don't know how. Like,
Yeah.
That's what I want to do, is give people access to what we do.
Yeah.
And,
I'm definitely in a mode of like trying to sense the vibe or like the passion within people. I don't really care about like the following that you have or don't have, because within
I got to sense the drive from you.
yeah, within the 2023 aspect of things, of me going out of my way to find people, there's people that had like 10K followers I was running into and stuff like that, but then you get around them and they're not really about what their image portrays, I guess, in terms of like, I don't know how to explain it. Like passionate people, like real recognizes real. I feel like so.
Yeah.
When you see that people aren't really about putting in the work and doing what they need to do, it's like I don't really care. And I look over and I see this dude with 25 followers and he's grinding every day, making beats every day. I'm like, oh, bro, I'm working with you over everybody else, you know.
Yeah,
so
Yeah, I feel like once people, I mean, that's part of like gaining more followers and stuff like that. It's probably real easy to get lost and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And with the like, say like with this podcast, I've had a lot more patience, just because. I mean, there's a lot of people who do listen and watch podcasts, but there's like so many now to choose from. So I get it.
Oh yeah, the algorithm. I mean, it's more than just the algorithm, but it's the amount of people that want to get into the game. There's so many people.
But
so.
I mean, even with us, we've had like a couple of these like go over like I think 60 views, like are the like higher ones, which to me, I was like, oh, that's honestly more than I thought was gonna watch this, just because you see a lengthier video, they're like, I don't want to sit through and watch this. Yeah. We've had a lot of positive feedback, and honestly, I was like, that's probably what.
I haven't heard anything too negative.
Yeah, for sure keeps me going. I mean, anything negative was just like.
If anything, that's just like, okay, yeah, the good criticism.
Yeah,
like,
it's just more so criticism. It was just like, oh, you guys should do this, or it's not even so much criticism, just doing things a tad bit different. So it's not nothing crazy. It's not like I'm gonna go home and cry about it. I'm like, oh, you said our lighting was fucked. Like, no, I'm like,
whatever. I mean,
like, it's stuff you can move on from. I'm like, all right, well, I'll tilt the light different, man. Like,
appreciate you, you know.
But, yeah, thank you.
I'll get to work on it.
No,
you know, it's something like, okay, this is something I can get to work on. But you know, I was seeing this post and it was talking about, you know, just like, man, I posted this video and all I got was 100 people, like, you know, like 50 views or something, and then it shows a picture of a room with 50 people. It's like, damn,
yeah,
it's pretty decent.
Yeah,
it's like, damn, I only got 100 views, and it's like, damn, that's a whole theater. Like, that's a huge amount of people.
Nah, it makes sense because, like, I don't know. I think a lot of people forget that your post might say 50 views. Let's just say in the first week or so.
Yeah.
But those 50 people probably all know another 50 people or something like that. So
right, it's. I like this. Eventually, it's gonna reach that to one of my homies, and they gonna like it, and it's so bad, you know, and going down that kind of chain of, you know, the mutual chain. So that's what I kind of rely on, or like what I'm hoping for is eventually we kind of break into that mutual chain, and it's not just the people we follow liking, it's people who we don't follow start liking.
Yeah.
Like, that's, I actually got a couple of those recently with some of my reels, is that I'm starting to get likes from people who don't even follow me, or I don't follow them. I don't have any mutuals with you. Like, maybe one or two. But it's crazy, like, who is this guy liking my shit? And then I realized, like, yo, this is how it's supposed to be, you know? I need to have, like, literally everybody liking my shit, and I don't know a single person, you know, maybe like the first 10 people, but yeah, like, that's how you know you just earned a real fan. This guy know nothing about you. He ain't got no reason to support you, but he out there liking your photo. He out there liking your post. That's real. That's real right there.
Yeah, and then that ends up helping it get out a little bit more too. I don't know. I mean, I know, in like the algorithms on, like, let's say Instagram or Twitter work a little differently, but like stuff like YouTube for sure. Like even getting, say, 10, 15 likes on a video does a lot for your post. It just gets pushed out a little bit more. And
they're even changing up the algorithm so that, like, you know, younger podcasts or younger channels like ours can get more shine, more spotlight in people's For You pages. Even though we got less than 1,000.
Well, it makes sense. I think watches. It's just from a perspective of wanting to see different stuff, because a lot of people just sit there and watch the same channel every single day.
I get sick of seeing, like, shouts out to new rock stars, but, you know, sometimes, you know, you gotta venture out. It's like, let me find a new video essay guy or like a new film critic channel and see what their opinion is, because you don't want to listen to the same critic for everything, you know. And it's not saying that they're, you know, Marvel dick writers or something, but it's like, yo, it's not like I'm looking for somebody who hates Marvel, but I need a different opinion. I need somebody else who can take me out of their perspective and put me in a new one and see, like, you know what? Maybe that wasn't as good as I thought. You know, it's because that's true. I might not think it's that good, but because of the people who I'm watching every day influence me to feel some type of way about a film, you know, then I need to change it up so that it's not like I'm basically just sharing their opinion. I have no opinion on my own. And I think that's what they're trying to do with these For You pages. Just to wrap it back to that. I think they're trying to, you know, give people opportunity to just venture out. Like, you know, stop having the same opinion about shit, or stop watching the same person who's gonna, you know, kind of they have their own style, you know, they have their own way of talking about something or talking to somebody. So, you know, the best way to kind of, you know, not get stuck in that is to go find something else.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, that's gonna be a wrap on episode 4 of the Legion of Booze podcast. We want to give a special shout out to Kiana for helping out and being in the background and also helping us out with our questions and just contributing. We really appreciate you for coming through today and, you know, helping us out today. Also want to give a huge shout out to our guest, Jeesay. Really appreciate you for coming through. Many great things for you. I hope you have a good time with your performance in Oakland. Yeah. Is there anything you want to say to the audience, or like
shout yourself out.
You know, shout yourself out, or any words of inspiration, last words of inspiration at all?
Yeah, my socials, JEESAY. You'll type that up and you'll find me on pretty much everything, Instagram, all that. Yeah, appreciate both of y'all, everybody, for having me.
Of course.
And yeah, man, y'all be cool.
All right, thank you. All right, y'all. So we got some very exciting stuff coming up soon. We have episode 4, of course, coming out right now. And then we also have a reaction. LOB, Legion of Booze, reacts to movies, TV shows. We're going to get that rolling out. And we already have our first episode ready to go. And then we also have another project that we're going to work on. It's still in a little bit of a secret thing right now, so I'm going to keep it under wraps. But we're going to get that going as soon as possible for you guys and let you let you know more when we can. But we appreciate you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe.
Share it with your grandma, your cousin, your sister's doctor,
Your baby mama's cousin.
the
all
dog.
that, you know,
Let the dog watch.
share it to
Let 'em watch.
everyone. Let them all watch. But thank you so much, and appreciate y'all for coming through.
Tight like a booty hole.